Alright, so I thought I'd show you just how the tile map is drawn right now. So now we have the background being shown, but if we remove that, yeah, then this is what we'll see with the tile set only, or the tile map only that we have. I want to see if I can try to fix the positioning of this as well. So I'm not sure why it happened like it did. So I'm just gonna go through the math and see if I can just figure it out. We're just gonna have it in draw time map. So I think the issue here with I added the half size of the time map, and then I added that. I think I subtracted that from here. How does it look now? So now it's like all the way up there. I think basically what this is doing is just painting it in like the top left position of the map, which might be fine. This is the entire strip as we can see, as we see it here. So what I'm thinking is maybe extending the tile map a little bit so it matches the actual village level. So let me just count how large that is. 35 times 17. Okay. 17. So this is 5. So we need yeah, without this we need 15. So we need what? 5 of those, so 4 more. Is that correct? So in theory this should then make it end up at the left side of the screen. No. What? Okay. Well, let's just copy this. So this is 1562. I mean, let's just save that and see. Because it should have changed. No? Okay. Didn't change anything. This is surely not going to be the solution. Now it's just gone. That's weird. Okay, what if we do plus? Yeah. Okay. I don't understand. The size should have changed now. 48 by 70, so 17 is correct. But it's too wide. But it seems to not really matter. So let's think about it. We start at 0, 0, which is in screen coordinates is top left. We add half screen size to get to the middle of the screen. And we modify the camera. Then we subtract half of the size. Wait, this isn't the... What the hell? This isn't half size. What? Okay. But, okay. We subtract half the size. And then we add the grid position. Okay. There we go. Except it's not quite correct. Yeah, we need to raise the ground a little bit to get the actual... So the ground, let's see. The ground is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. So we'll move these. So this should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now that should land us somewhere. Okay. So either it's like half a tile off, or it's one whole tile off. Okay, so it's one half off. So I think what we want to do is we don't want to... I think we already account for the half tile size. Not from the center though. Or not from this one though. Is it the origin? Like tile size half? That the issue? No. Maybe it needs to not be scaled. Okay, that seems to do the trick. Okay. So there you go. I'm not sure if it's aligned with the actual screen here, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, but at least it looks a little bit better, and also, yeah, the tilemap system works now with the positioning. It's just that the level is not quite... Yeah, the size doesn't match up with the actual size, so I'm just gonna see here. So we do have a bit more. So what's this? 18? No. 29, 15, 62, 52, 48, 47, 48. So we need to lower it by 13. I think, to get 35. Okay. And maybe we need to add one more. Yeah, it looks like one more. Let's do this one. Okay, looks promising, I guess. Let me just check in the graphics here, which one that corresponds to. Yeah, it actually looks to match up perfectly now. Okay, cool. And also, what we could do is we could decide the level size depending on this tile map as well. That would be like the actual level size. So we could, where are we determining that? Actually, level size. We are determining it here depending on the backgrounds, but now that we have tile sets, we can actually do this like in the level instead. So we have this tile set and tile map, and I don't think we need to do all this as either. This one initializes the ground. Well, I guess we can do that as well for now. And we'll have some sort of automatic, like for each, like, well, for each tile that's supposed to be solid, we're gonna have, well, you can do it in a couple different ways. I guess you could have something, you could have like tile layers. So you can have a special tile layer that defines what is ground and what is not ground. You could have that the tiles themselves act as the ground if it's that specific tile, so that you don't have to define the ground. Yeah, so you don't hard code like this tile is ground. Yeah, you can do in a lot of different ways, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So let's see, the level size is gonna be, so we don't have background, we have a tile map. And this is gonna be, so actually we don't need to convert this anymore. We can say, well, it's the tilemap size times the time size times the scale. Yeah, that's the size of the level. Okay, so let's check if that works. Okay, we get the ground. Let's check our collision boxes. Yeah, that looks good. All right, cool. Yeah, we also need to put the drawing of this tile set somewhere else so that we can get the actual integration with it, with other stuff in the draw system. Okay, so yeah, so we got the, and now that means that we can make the level size whatever we want. So we can make it really, really tiny. I guess the ground level is kind of hard coded. Yeah, and now you see, well, this guy doesn't fall because he's static. So also, yeah, the origin looks a bit weird on that guy. Yeah, whatever. So you can see now it's the level is actually dynamically changing depending on the tile map. So that's cool. The ground level is defined somewhere. This one gets background part. We're initializing bumps. And I think the Y is actually just hard-coded here for the ground. Yeah. So we have 3 different grounds here. We have the first one is it's hard-coded. Sort of, wait, what's this? X1. Oh, this is bumps. I think, yeah, wait. This is if we have the variant. So where's the init? Yeah, oh, okay. I think it's in init ground. Yeah, init ground. That should probably be inside init level. But anyway, here we have the ground at the bottom, and we have the 2 walls, invisible walls. And so this one takes the level size and divides it by 2 and reverses it, and then we add 12 tiles plus a little bit of, well, I guess this is like tile size. I guess this would be tile size 02. Okay. Yeah, we offset it by half the tile size. We have so it's going to be the 12th. Yeah, it's hard coded to be the 12th. That's a hard word to pronounce. 12th tile from the top, I think. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So let's see. So I think we made a lot of progress here. So yeah, we did the tilemap struct. We have a tile struct. And we can draw the tile map. And we can also, level size depends on tile map size. So yeah, so you can load in like basically a map, and a level will conform to it. The only thing that we're missing right now is, well, the only thing, but there's a couple of things that we're missing to get back to where we were, basically. So one is the background, like what will we show in the background, and 2 is the collisions, like the ground. I think for the invisible walls, we can keep it as it is. But for the ground, we actually, we need to figure something out there. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna make some sort of like layer, or not layer like in a tile layer, but in SIG, like a struct that basically handles calculating whether or not this block is gonna be solid or not. So ground entities, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna need to fix that. So then we can make truly any sort of layout that we want, and we can generate ground entities from that instead of having this hard-coded thing. So, okay. I think, yeah. But let's go to our tile map here. And we could just add a function for now that just returns if it's solid or not, I guess. Okay, and then this function will handle that. And so to start with, I think that the tile itself could keep this position or this information, I mean. Okay. And then the is solid will basically just return get index x and y, return cell tiles items index is solid. Okay. And then, yeah, now I need to fix this in here. So all these tiles are gonna have, well, this one is solid is false, but these guys are gonna be, no, these are also false. This is kind of the grass part, and this is the block part. So this was gonna be true. So these ones are blocking, yeah. Okay. So now we actually have that information. That was pretty easy. And yeah, well, it's actually it's basic. It's sort of copied. We should probably have like a tile type that's like a pointer into a tile instead of having the actual tile information stored in every tile part. So we should probably just have this symbol map stored in the tile set itself instead of having the tiles, because it takes up way more than it needs to in memory. So, but anyway, I mean, and also when we draw the tile set, it's also really inefficient if you're gonna talk about optimization, which we don't really need right now. But I'm just thought of that it's really inefficient to draw each tile. Instead, you would actually make an image, and then you draw onto that image, and you store that image. And then whenever you want to draw the level, you just draw that image instead of drawing each tile set or each tile individually every frame. But anyway, we'll fix that when we get there, if we get there, if it's a problem. Right now, it doesn't seem to be a huge problem. Okay, I mean, I guess it could be a problem for really large maps, but yeah. Let's increase this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and you can see that now the level is a bit bigger. Yeah. Okay. So what we want to do now is we don't really need to worry about any of this part. What we want to do here is we want to create ground from solid tiles. So we'll go through each tile. So we'll do this 0 to size X. Yeah. There. And then we'll grab the index. And what else can I grab here? Okay, so we don't need this. We don't need the tile itself. We don't need this. Well, actually, we don't need tile, but we do want to have the actual position. But maybe, yeah, maybe that's fine. Okay, actually, yeah, and it's gonna be scaled as well, I think. Okay, so here we actually want to create an entity for the tile. And this is also an optimization thing because I realize it's going to be really inefficient to create one ground object for each tile. And what you want to do is you want to merge adjacent, basically similar sort of blocks, and you want to create an optimized sort of version of this. So each entity will take up several tiles instead of one tile. But we'll start here and see how it goes. Okay, so how would we do this then? So let's start by creating ground entity. And this is register create. Okay. And then we need to add, I think, a rigid body. Let's see, init ground. Yeah, I think maybe we can reuse, wait, ground. Let's grab one of these, I guess. We don't even need an entity here. Wait, this returns void. So why are we assigning to it? Maybe it was our code. I thought that Sig would complain about that actually. Can you actually have a void value? Or, yeah, identifier that's bound to void type value? I don't know. Okay, so the position here, the position, I mean, I guess it's always going to be 0, 0. I don't think we actually define the position anywhere here. Or maybe in the tilemap itself. Oh yeah, the tilemap component is the thing that has that. Yeah, and that's the 0 here. Okay. Okay. So this one actually creates the entity and everything, so we don't need to do that. Okay, so we have position, which I guess is 0, 0 for this. Yeah. Okay. And then we have x tile size times the scale times x1. So actually, wouldn't this just be... Wait, I'm confused. let's simplify this a bit. Don't need to scale when we already have it scaled. Okay. Then we have x1 and y1. So isn't this just tile size scaled times, and then tile position plus tile size scaled times the size over 2. And then it's offset here by part size. Wait, no. Let's forget about that. Right? That should be the same thing. Except this is not actually, yeah. I'm a little bit confused about this part. I think we'll offset it by half, maybe. Let's just try stop there and see if we can modify it. Because we can enable to see the actual collision boxes. Okay. Then we have initialize for what? This is the size, maybe, yeah. So this is the size. Oh, yeah. Oh, so W and H. Okay. So this is just going to be tile size scaled. Yeah. I don't think we need that. Okay. And then we also have size there. The index is not used. Actually, we do want to say if, yeah, we only want to do this if it's actually solid. So if tilemap is solid and then X and Y, well, if it's not solid, then we continue. Okay. And now let's go ahead and disable this call. We do want to have the init level boundary walls. It's going to be these two. Okay. And we'll go back here, and I think we'll do this in the level initialization function. Yeah. Okay. Let's see where that lands us. Also, I think I need to also modify the draw function, because right now the tilemapse is being drawn on top of the it's been drawn on top of the collision boxes. So the thing is, Actually, if we do this, well, actually, let's just start it and see. Okay, so he just fell right down. Let's do this. Let's do that. So now we can see better, perhaps. And then we can also do this. So we can see like the edges directly. Okay. Okay, so the walls are okay. You can see the ground there gets generated, but it's way off. So the walls are completely correctly generated. Wait, it's negative size. Okay, so here you can see they are offset by half the tile size. So yeah, so the tile position needs to be offset by half the tile size. Tile size scaled. There's going to be plus tile size scaled times half. There we go. Well, one issue now is, wait, yeah. An issue now is that we basically get, well, let's remove drawing the tile maps. Okay, so here you can see each tile is being transformed into one entity. So yeah, that's the ground. And well, I'm not being able to jump now, and I guess that's because of the bug that we have had since the beginning almost. So I'm gonna need to fix that as well, but yeah, this looks promising. I just wonder how I want to do it with the drawing of the tile maps. How do I actually incorporate that into the draw system? I think, yeah, the draw system works on texture components and not actually tile map component. So what I could do is use that instead. But this should be good for now. Um, Let's extend that a little bit. It's like, I think that maybe I'm not sure why that specific position is like where it needs to be. Also, it looks a bit weird on the source here. Okay, so maybe the tile set needs to be padded. I think, yeah. We had the same issue. I believe this was the same issue in the other game, where you need to pad. Yeah, I think we had the same issue in the other game, in the car game, where you need to pad the tiles. I do have a script for that. Let's see if I can manage this here. So, okay, wow, that took a very long time. Now we need to change this a little bit. So the tile map. Okay, so now the tiles are actually, I think, 4 pixels larger, or two pixels larger in each direction. So it's going to be 4 pixels wider and 4 pixels higher. So the actual tile size is actually not going to be, well, it's still going to be 16 by 16, but then the tile set, so we have like spacing, let's say, and offset. So offset's going to be 2 by 2. And spacing is also going to be 2 by 2. Wait. Yeah. So let's put these in here for now. Or maybe actually, well, this is only interesting when we want to draw, so I guess it's fine. Okay. Now the position of things are all not fine. Now the source rect. So this is gonna be interesting. So here we have the component offset, and we add that to the position. Okay. And then we also have the spacing. So let's do like padding offset here. So this will be offset plus the spacing. And the spacing is basically, that's going to be times the grid position, I think. Yeah. So this is the padding offset. Okay. Now that should be enough, I guess, to get the correct thing. But I do get an error here. No field named offset in tilemap component. Tilemap I see. It's like this. Okay. Let's see if this. Okay. Yeah. I mean, looks kind of trippy. So yeah. That wasn't really correct. So I think offset is fine because we want to start the top left of the actual tile set now has an offset of 2 pixels in. Should have. Yeah. And then the spacing should be times grid position, because at this, if the grid position is 0, 0, then we don't have any spacing because we're at the first element. If we're at the second element, we want to have one spacing in each direction, but that's supposed to be part of this. Yeah. So if it's like x1, y0, then the spacing will only count x for 1 and y for 0. So I'm not sure why that doesn't work properly. Oh, maybe it's because of the scaling. Right, so this off... No, wait. This is not supposed to be scaled. So I'm not sure why that's not working. It's like there's something weird with the spacing, I feel like, because it's different depending on the position of... This should really just be 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0. I'm not sure what's the issue. This tile offset. I'm just trying to simplify it a little bit here. Okay. So let's think about this. So we start at top left. You want to get to the center. So first you have the padding offset. So you have the L offset, which is 2 by 2. So that's fine. And then spacing, that becomes 0. Tile offset is going to be the grid position, which is 0, 0, times the tile size, which is 0. Source position is then 2 by 2 plus tile size half. And then that's from the center at that position with tile size. So that should work. And then if you have 1, 0, so let's check that actually. Let's check the one that is all the way to the left. Wait, am I forgetting to... Tile? So here's the tile. The grid position. Oh! It's not the grid position, it's the tile dot grid position here. Oh, yeah. The grid position was in screen core. The tile dot grid, tile dot grid position is the actual source position. Okay, so it looks good for the ground, but for the sky or whatever, it doesn't look good. Interesting. Also, the grass looks weird now. It's like the position is also off. I thought it would be enough to actually just change the source rectangle, because the tile size should be the same. The position should be the same, right? But the source rectangle needs to move a little bit. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. So actually, the spacing is not actually 2, it's actually 4. Because, yeah, that counts 2 times. We want to, yeah. The offset is only 2 because it's the first one, but the spacing is 4. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. And we also got rid of that artifact that was at the bottom now. So cool. So now we got some padding into the tile set. So let's actually... So we do have ground entities now. And we also have tile set, tile set padding support. Okay. What we want to have is we want to have able to draw collision boxes on top of the tilemap background. Okay, and once we've had that, I think we're basically back to where we were, and we can also define the map exactly how we want it. So, well, we could do that now actually. So we could go to our tilemap definition or the symbol map. Yeah, over here. And we could, well, first off, I want to add some tiles. Okay. Now we can define this. Now we can say here, for example, we can say up here, we can have a J and L or L. And then up here we have, or here we have J and L. And then here you can have like just any old thing. And then here, wait. Oh yeah, those were the parentheses. So open for this corner and close for that corner. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay. So you can see now we have a little bump here and we can't, it's solid. So yeah, that works really good. Actually. And you can also see the new like grass that goes around the edges there as well. Yeah, so now we can define any old tile map like that. Cool. And we sort of have a mini editor that we can use to build the tile maps for now. But I'm gonna work behind the scenes to actually create an actual editor for that. So it's gonna be a lot more visual, a lot more easier to actually work with. Okay, so let's, I think maybe we can add the background. Let's move this guy up a bit so it doesn't stand in the ground. And this is also something that would be actual nice with an editor is you don't have to fine tune by recompiling and changing a number and recompiling. It takes forever. So instead, I mean, I guess there's a couple of tricks you can do to fix it, like having like anchor points maybe, and having the like automatically calculate where you should stand depending on based on those. Or it would be really nice if you can just click and drag and put things where they should be visually. And yeah, I'm thinking about starting with a simple tilemap editor to be able to export these tilemaps and import them and use them in the game. But also extending that to later be able to add entities and stuff within the actual editors as well. But yeah, that's going to be way off in the future. All right, so that's going to be it for this time. We came a long way now, I think. We made the tile map system and got it working. And yeah, it looks great. And yeah, of course, it's not really optimized, but I mean, it doesn't need to be right now, at least. So we'll tackle that problem when we get there if we need to. And yeah, and I'm gonna work behind the scenes to get a tilemap editor in place, hopefully soon. I'm working with a couple of different. I've tried a bunch of different like graphical user interface libraries for SIG, and yeah, it's been a a wild ride there, but I've learned a lot by doing that. So with SIG, so it's really nice. Also, I really like SIG. It's a really nice language to work with, and it's really fun to explore and see what you can do. I think it's one of those languages that is like, yeah, it's like the first language for me in a long time where you actually can enjoy exploring it, and it's not just the same old stuff that's been seen in other languages. So I really love this language. It's really nice. Uh, yeah, but anyway, that's gonna be it for this time. So thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions regarding SIG or anything else, game development related or this game or anything, you can go ahead and post down below. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.